Hey guys, how you going? It's Bailey Treasure Eyes Photography here. This is a in-depth tutorial on how I turned this image into this image. Alright, let's get into it. So today, obviously we're going for warm summer tones and we're doing a bit of skin retouching and hair retouching. So just zoom in. So today we're going to start on the eyes. So first of all we're going to duplicate the layer, and then this is going to be eyes. So we're going to start off with some curves, and what I tend to do here is just do some level adjustments. And what I'm basically aiming for is the colour of the eye, so the brown, to really stand out. So we'll have a look at before, after. Yep, that's cool. So we're going to click Control I to inverse the selection. I'm going to go to brush tool, change your opacity, your flow, sorry, to 100%. To 100%. Lower that brush, change it to white, and we're just going to get in there and just brush it in, like so. So if we zoom in and go before and after, it's only rough. So now that that's done, what we're going to do is I'm going to chuck a vibrance layer on there. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger, a little brighter, and then boost your saturation a little bit too. Bear in mind this is my first video, so if I do if I do stuff up from time to time, I'm still getting used to the program, so this is actually my fourth take on this video. So now that the vibrance is done, we're going to go to levels and we're going to adjust your levels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the mids and bring up the lights, so around 240-ish. Again, inverse the selection and go in and just brush them in. Awesome. So on and off. And what I'll do is I'll just back it off a tad. And then last of all, with the eyes, I am going to sharpen them. So duplicate the layer, go high pass filter, get some detail back into these eyes. I'm going to change the blend mode to overlay, throw a layer mask on it, inverse the selection, and I'm going to go in and just push in the eyes like so, before and after, and the eyes are all good. So now that the eyes are done, I'm going to flatten the image, and we're just going to do a little bit of skin retouching. So duplicate, and we're going to go in with the healing brush tool. We're just going to just dab on these spots. I'm not going to go too crazy on it. The healing brush tool is an amazing tool if you have a subject with acne. It's just going to clean it up. Cool, that should be fine the way it is. Alright, so now that the face is done, general face, and the eyes are done, we're going to move over to lips. So I'm just going to flatten the image again. Control J, and now we're going to go with the lips. So now with the lips, all I'm going to do is the curve. Normally what I do with curves is I'll hit these 3 points, and then I'll just adjust it from here. Crush the blacks a little bit, raise that before and after. Sweet, that should be fine. So just inverse the selection, make sure you're on your brush tool, flow at 100%, and I'm just brushing these lips. This brings a bit more colour out into it, and if it's too much you can always just pull it back just a tad. Alright, so I'm going to throw a vibrance layer on it. I'm just going to boost the vibrance around 40, around 10. Really play around with these. You know, the way I do things, this isn't just the only way to do things. If you feel like, oh man, those lips they're super bright and they're super red, or those eyes are really brown and they don't really look natural, well then do it your way basically. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, it's just the way I edit, and I really want to make the facial features stand out, and this is just how I found it works. So cool. So now that the face is all done, I'll go and flatten the images again, and we're going to start working on the hair. So the hair, same as everything else, is curves layer, and the aim of this is to crush the blacks, raise the mids, and raise the highlights, so it really makes it contrasty and stand out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just drop this, yep, bring this point here, and there. Awesome, I'm happy with that. So inverse your selection, grab a brush, 100% flow, and just put the hair in. Don't worry, it looks a bit full on now, but we'll adjust it. Just making that hair really stand out, really contrasting. This video here is the first video on my channel where I go in depth and show you exactly how I edit and my workflow. I also do shoot automotive as well, so if you're interested in automotive photography, might be something I'll do in the future. So we just drop the opacity down and the hair is all good. Now we're going to add a bit of vibrance and saturation, boost it a little bit, that's fine, we're good to go. But yeah, so I started off doing automotive and solely automotive, and now I've moved more onto weddings and more commercial stuff, portraits and whatnot. So yeah, light painting was my go-to with automotive photography. Okay, so the hair looks pretty good to me. Maybe just soften that just a little bit so it looks a bit more natural. So that's before and that's after. That's before and that's after. Okay, so now that that's all done, we'll start working on the background. So for the background, I wanted a summer feel, like a really orange and black feel. Same with the client, wanted the same thing. Didn't want that green tone look, so thought I'd go a bit poppy, go a bit different with it. So how I did that is quite simple once you learn the tool, but again, it just takes practice. So what we're going to do here is just duplicate the layer and go to selective color. Now with selective color, you got to be careful. You can play around with it. You know, if you want that blue look, that teal and orange look or whatever, you can always do that. If you want, you know, it really depends what you want. You just play with it, a faded green look if you want that. But that's not what we're going to do today. Today is going to be all orange. So reset. Okay, so we're just going to go into the reds, yellows, sorry. We're going to go into the yellows, and what we're going to do is actually drop the cyans about 70%, and then we're going to boost the yellows about the same, about 70%. And you can see already, before and after, you're sort of getting that orange feel and tone to it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw a channel mixer in, and we're going to start with the reds and then work our way through and see how we go. So how I achieve this orangey summer look is by dropping the reds. So dropping the reds to about -50, around about, it doesn't have to be exact. Bumping the greens all the way up to 200%, and then dropping the blues down to about 50. Yeah, just like that. And then your greens and your blues, they just stay the same. Okay, so as you can see, it's got a very orangey vibe to it, you know, that black, it's like a desaturated black sort of look, but obviously the subject looks very green. So easy way to get rid of that by make a group, throw your selections in the group, and then put a layer mask on it, inverse the selection, so then it's back to normal. Nice decent sized brush, drop the flow. I mean, you can have it at 100 if you want, but I like to have it around 20, just so I can control it a bit better, and just painting the areas. So if you're watching this, comment below where you're from, and you know, if you got any questions about editing or photography in general, you know, working with clients, stuff like that, how much I charge, you know, all that sort of jazz. Yeah, just put it down in the comments, put down where you're from, and how you got to this video. So also be a big help if you check out my Facebook and Instagram page. I'll leave the links in the description below. And we're all sweet. So it looks natural, you know what I mean? It doesn't look fake, it doesn't look over the top. It just looks natural. It looks like it's been shot in the autumn, spring months. So alright, so that's all good, that's all done. I'm happy with that, but I'm not particularly happy with how it looks as a whole. So I reckon it looks very flat and very boring, and those colours could really pop and come out. So again, we're going to go to our curves. We're going to make some points, and we're just going to drag this down a little bit, drag this up. And really with curves, what you want to do to get the most out of curves, you just want to play around. So with no particular mindset of what you want. You know, the only way you're going to learn is by practicing. So go before and after. That's heaps better. Like the contrast and saturation and everything else, that's heaps better. Maybe a bit too much, so we'll drop it down just a tad. So that's before and that's after. Massive difference. So now that that's done, I'm pretty happy with the image as a whole. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer on top of these layers. I'm going to make the subject sharper, so really pull her away from that background and maximise that bokeh effect and make her really feel close. So I'm going to chuck a high pass filter on. I'm going to raise it to about 1.8. Roll layer mask on. Change the blending mode to, you can either go linear light or overlay, depending on what you want, depending on the photo too, because some look better. If I zoom in, you'll be able to tell. So that's overlay. You can see it's a bit grainy there, and then you got linear light, which is a lot more grainier there. So on this particular photo, overlay probably works best, and the way I style it is I zoom right up into the face and just drop the opacity until it's a little bit of grain, but mainly the details that you can see. If you're uploading it to Facebook or Instagram, you wouldn't know. So I'm fairly happy with that, the way that is. Small other adjustments you can do. I like to throw the levels in there at the end just to crush those blacks, and then I'll pull it back up with this slider, and that's going to give it that sort of look. I'll throw a new layer on it, and this is towards the end, so this is where it gets pretty creative. So with this, I like to have like a vignette. Yeah, like a vignette down the bottom. So I've got a big brush, big soft brush, and I'll just grab it and just do that maybe a couple times like that, and that just sort of like a depth thing. But yeah, that's pretty well the photo. I mean, if you want to do flares, you know, because you do have a blown out highlight up here, there's no style in it whatsoever, you can always grab a curves layer and just grab a point and just lift it up like so, and then Control I, and it sort of gives you a flare, but a realistic flare. You know, you can download PNGs and stuff off the net if you want, but I just like to use just the curves layer and just brush it in. Make it look a bit natural. So that's a before, that's an after. Like so, and that's pretty well it, guys. If you have any questions, like I said, leave them down below in the comments. I do automotive as well, so I could do a light painting tutorial or something like that, or if you're happy, just keep going on with portrait shoots and family shoots, I'm happy to do that also. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links below for my pages, Facebook and Instagram, and hopefully see you in the next video. Thanks guys.